Hey guys, I'm very excited that I've got a second Michelle to do a custom on, and because she's got a slight bad painting on her hairline, I've chosen this one to do bangs on with hair extensions. This one is quite nice. I'm gonna leave her original, but with that, I'm not very sure if I should give her pink extensions or turquoise extensions. So stay tuned for the results. I've removed a triangular amount of hair from her to make bangs, and you can see I used a watercolor pencil to draw some lines to guide me there. The reason being that once I use all this as her bangs, there will be less hair left behind for me to blend in with the extensions, which will be much easier. So because I've done a lot of bang tutorials, I'm going to do this off camera. So what I've done is I have actually given her some very thick, heavy bangs. You can see it reaches all the way to the back. But I have not actually cut it yet, and I have not boil washed it yet. I'm just tying it in position before I put in the extensions, because I can boil wash everything together since these extensions are going to be permanent. And yeah, I'm going to give the ends of her orange hair a little point cut as well, just to feather them slightly so that they blend in nicer to the new extensions. Now you will be able to see that her hair goes from a very blunt cut like that, and after just thinning out the ends, you can see it is not much difference, but you can also see it kind of tapers towards the end a bit to blend in the extensions a little bit better. So I've done a point cut video online as well, so you can go check that out. So as you can see, I've already done some extensions down here at the back of her hair, and there it is. And it does not look like it's going to blend in at all because I need much more extensions. And I've done this off camera. As you can see, it's actually like rerouting the doll. So I've just now taken the next layer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke a hole here in one of her already preset holes. I leave this in and let it widen for a while. And what I've done is I have taken the turquoise colored hair and I have put some glue on the ends of it. So to do this, I am now going to remove one bit of it. So this is like a strand of extension, very much like how we have the human hair extensions. And you can see that there is a little bit of glue at the end, and then the rest is just her hair. And I've taken a rather thick strand because you don't want to be rerouting into every hole and continuing the extensions. So I'm just going to give her a little bit of added extensions. And right now, what I'm going to do is zoom in. Hopefully you can see it. And this is the hole where I decide that I would like this extension to go in. So what I've done is I've left it in there a while. I pull it out and quickly slot that glue strand in. As time goes by, this hole will slightly shrink, and then it would hold the hair tightly inside like that. And then I leave about 2 holes, and I go to the next hole. Again, I widen the hole. And then I take that hair with the glue and I get one extension bit of hair. Now yes, this is a little bit thicker, but it doesn't really matter so much because I guess it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. We cannot aim for perfection if you do this, because anyway, this is the back of her hair. You just want a lot of hair. And I remove that hole that I have widened down here and quickly slot it in. Slot it in, and there you have that next strand of hair, and hopefully they will blend nicely. I used to actually prepare all the extension strands just so that it would be much faster. I just poke a hole, slot it in, poke a hole and slot it in. Also, as a word of caution, if you notice what I've done is like the hole is right here now. I never put my finger here as I stab that through, because of course I would like to push it in slowly, but sometimes it goes through very quickly. And can you imagine if you were rooting the top of a head and that needle just poked all the way through to your finger? It will be extremely painful. So just a word of caution, please be very careful when you're doing this. So once again, I will quickly remove this and slot that in, just so that before the hole closes, you slot the hair in. And I think that this would be quite a nice blend with her hair. It will transit from orange to turquoise, and I will finish up all this all the way to the front of her head. So these are permanent extensions, I guess you can call them permanent extensions, because eventually I will boil wash the doll, and I will not be able to remove the extensions unless I chop them off, and it will be a waste of all my effort. So actually I'm only doing this because I've got a nice double of Michelle, and I always want my doubles to have a completely different look. So it can, this is the process of putting in the extensions. I used to put velcros behind the doll, and then I would have a weft and I would put the doll extensions hair there, but then it was very messy, and the doll will always be wearing the extensions anyway. So that is another way you can do it. Some people would glue it down, but I don't want to glue onto her hair. So let's hope that this hole is wide enough and I can slot this in. Okay, great. Almost no. So this one did not work. You see, the hole closes a bit too fast, and that means I need this in for a much longer time. So I am beginning to also realize that the holes of Series 5 dolls close a bit too quickly. And if that keeps happening, it will be very annoying to, poke a hole and then slot the hair in. And I know some people would much rather use the Reroot tool, which is going to be much faster than this. You don't have to put the glue and everything. But I used to have another method, and this one would work if you realize that the strand of hair always cannot go in, and it's very annoying. What you do is take a tagging gun. Now these tagging guns can be bought online for a very cheap price, and then slot that into the tagging gun in the same direction. And then when you remove this, the hole is still wide, and you push that tagging gun in very lightly and slot it in, and that's it. You've got an even more secure strand down here. This method, I've been using it for the longest time until I realized that the hole stays wide enough for you to push in the glue strand. However, right now I am also taking thicker strands, and sometimes the thicker strand doesn't go in so well, it doesn't slip in. You can see this is much thicker than a usual strand would be, and then comes in the tagging gun. But why I widen the hole still is because I feel like if I jam that tagging gun in and then you press the trigger, it is very rough, and you could break the doll's scalp, or by the end of it your hands will be completely aching. So I don't like to do that actually. See, even this I had to put a bit of pressure for it to go in, and here it is. Hooray! So you can see she's got another row of extensions. Of course, I will have to follow up by putting more extensions in the front later, just before her hairline. So Yeah, you know, there will be this extremely odd area, but you know, when you give her curls or something, or blend it in, or hopefully when you boil wash it, it will be much better. So if I've left you with enough knowledge of how to do this, I guess I can do the rest either on time-lapse mode or off camera, and I really hope to have a beautiful long-haired ombre kind of Michelle doll to show you after this. Oh no, I thought I was doing all this on time-lapse mode, and I've actually added in almost another whole row of hair, and I did not even turn on the camera, so I am going to turn it to time-lapse mode. So this is how Michelle looks like with 1 and 2 rows of extensions, and she looks like this. And it still looks very funny because there is a lot of hair on top and not enough hair below. But as I add more hair, hopefully I'm really keeping my fingers crossed that it would blend in, and you know, with her bangs and everything, I'm really hoping that it would look like, you know, extensions, but at the same time long hair. So I will probably do the rest off camera, and I will show you the end result. So I have installed at least half of the amount of extensions I should, and I am really excited to finish this. It still looks very disconnected because I have to give her a haircut, and also, you know, most of the extensions are not installed nicely yet. You can see it is like very blunt here, but the extensions are starting to hide away her original hair. So I'm just really keeping my fingers crossed because I don't know exactly how it's going to work out. I've never done something with extensions before, but let's hope it works out. So after finishing Michelle's extensions, it looks very funny. It's like you still see her bob and it's just hair down here. But when you look from behind, this is how it looks. You can see that some of them are shorter from the top and the rest are longer because I am going to cut it anyway. I'm going to layer it and blend it with the extensions. Hopefully it looks nice. For this part in the front, you're not gonna see it, hopefully, when I attach her body and then, you know, put some curls in it, and you know, I cut the hair to blend it, but it is really a lot of hair inside here. I am really hoping that when I cut her bangs and put her body on, it will all balance out. You know, the best way to hide the extensions is to blend it by cutting it with lots and lots of layers. So I just hope that it will look very nice. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed because this is my very first time installing hair extensions into a doll. But you can see from here behind, it's very like, you know, because of the layers down here, you know, hopefully it will blend out. Now I'm gonna give her a boil wash. And as you can see, this will hold the lashes in place like this during the boil wash. Next, I comb her hair down, and then I will put a thick elastic strap around her head to keep the bangs down and to keep everything really flat as I boil wash her. Really keeping my fingers crossed that this will work. Here I am now pouring extremely hot boiling water into a bowl, and this is 100 degrees, and I am going to put her head in. Into the hot boiling water, And I'm going to leave this here for maybe 5 minutes, and then I will save her and wash her and leave her to dry. So now Michelle has been boil washed and I have left her to dry like this overnight. I am going to remove the elastic band, and you will probably be able to see now that her extensions and her normal hair kind of blend in. You know, it's not so perfect yet because I still have got to give her a haircut and some styling, and then this will be her bangs. You can see how flat it lays. I'm just going to use a razor and chop it. So here is Michelle with her bangs already cut, and this is how she looks like with her extensions. It's very disconnected now, as you can see, but when you look behind, you can also see that you know, there is a disconnection. So she definitely needs a haircut with some layers and more styling, which is why the upper layers are shorter. So I'm going to cut the hair away anyway. So with more layers, it definitely looks a lot more blended in, and I think now I just need to curl her hair. So here she is with her extensions, and I quite like it because I tried to curl it, but it looks really fake when I curl it, and then when I straightened it out, for some reason it looked a little bit better. But what I'm going to do is now I'll probably remove the bottom layer because the bottom layer is just short. So I'm going to redo it and add, you know, long hair to the bottom layer. I guess this is the best blending I could do. I guess I can snip a bit more hair and I'll be back. So I'm just going to snip off all these orange strands that are short, and then I will root them in. I mean, after all, these are permanent extensions and I'm not going to be able to remove them. I just got another short hair, Michelle, and yeah, I'm going to remove that to make the blend even better. So after having plucked out all that hairline, you can already see it's actually very much better the way it blends in, because anyway, people who put on extensions, they will take that section and tie it away before they tape in their extensions. So I guess this is okay to do, and I'm going to reroot the whole entire hairline off camera. So here she is after rooting everything right at the bottom. You can see that I have given her some yellow strands and I have rooted her whole entire bottom hairline all the way to halfway down here. And of course I have taped her eyelashes again because she is going in for another boil wash. But I think this look is so much better and much more blended than the previous look. I realized this after watching a lot more videos on how to blend the extensions, so I guess this was a good change. So in she goes for a boil wash, and then I will have the final look. So here she is looking much better with the lower layer of her hair rooted in green, and I am very happy with her. Now I'm just going to have to style her hair to make it look more cohesive. I hope you like her so far. Here she is in a very sleek, straight look, and I have ironed everything very straight, so I guess she looks more like a rocker right here, and you can see, you know, the extensions are very clearly orange and green, so I think she needs maybe a bit of curls.
Michelle, what do you think of the extensions in your hair? Do you like it? I love it, Tyra. I really love it. Do you like the color? Yes, I do. Do you like the way it's blended? Yes, I do. Do you like the bangs? Hesitation? I have never in my life yelled at a girl like that. When my mother yells at me, it's because she loves me. But I was going to... You go to bed at night and you think about what you just did. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. It is, and You're still hesitating on the word?
But I love the...
Yes, after I yelled at you. How ungrateful.
But Tyra...
I hit myself on the glass door on the way out. Ugh, ah. Let us know what you think of Michelle's hair. Do you like it? Do you like the extensions? Do you like the color? Do you like the bangs? Please comment down in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe. What do you think, Michelle? Would you do the extensions again?
With the amount of effort, I would probably rather do a full reroot.
Are you complaining again?